today I will be doing a video on Cruel Summer. A girl is accused of knowing about a kidnapping and not helping the victim. She's outed on TV and soon becomes a pariah within her hometown. Maintaining her innocence, she accuses the kidnap victim of lying. I really did enjoy this show. The acting is really good, and the story didn't quite go the way I thought. I really liked how the whole kidnapping aspect wasn't a cliche. I thought the story itself was very original. In one episode, I was worried that the timeline would get confusing. The show takes place in the 90s and jumps back and forth between 1993, 1994, and 1995. Thanks to the color palette and the change in the character's appearance, it wasn't a jumbled mess. It was very easy to keep up with the story. My biggest problem with this show is that it shouldn't have taken 10 episodes to tell its story. I don't think I would have minded if I was able to binge watch it. But we have to wait week after week, and when I felt like the story wasn't progressing enough, it was frustrating. And it got to the point where I stopped watching for 3 weeks, just so I would be able to binge some of the episodes. The show could have been condensed into 6 episodes because we get a lot of the same things and a lot of things that don't need to be there, like scenes with Jeanette's father, or all of these scenes with Kate and the Predator being friendly towards each other. They have a lot of scenes of them interacting, and I get that it's supposed to be a build-up into how Kate landed in the basement, but they really could have picked up the pace. In episode 9, they did a good job of telling the whole story about what happened in the house between Kate and the Predator in one episode. So they definitely could have told the story a lot quicker in the previous episodes. In 1993, we are introduced to Jeanette, who is nerdy, not cute, and longs to be popular. She has a very odd obsession with this girl named Kate. Kate is very attractive and has a cute boyfriend. She's stylish, she has money, she seems to have everything going for her, and Jeanette wants that. In 1994, we see Jeanette again, but with Kate's old, cute boyfriend. Her appearance changes dramatically. She's not wearing glasses, her hair looks good, she dresses better. Her life seems to have turned around, and then she's accused of not reporting a kidnapping involving Kate. Kate accuses her of seeing her and not helping her and leaving her in the basement. And in 1995, Jeanette is unattractive again, and she chopped her hair, and now she has a lawyer because of these heinous accusations that Kate has made. I would like to say that I thought they did a good job at making Jeanette unattractive. You know, in a lot of TV shows and movies, they pick someone who is very pretty and they just tie their hair back and put glasses on them, and all of a sudden they're supposed to be ugly, and it's so ridiculous. However, in this show, they genuinely did a good job at making this chick ugly, and I think a lot of that has to do with the casting. They cast an actress that has a very versatile look instead of being a model. The only thing I didn't like was the wig she was wearing in 1993. That wig looked so stiff and so fake, and every time I saw it, it bugged me. But moving on, I didn't like Jeanette's dad at all. He's kind of a non-factor, and so is her brother for the most part. The dad's behavior is very cowardly. How do you not do something about your own daughter getting punched in the face by her boyfriend? The dad was so nonchalant when confronting the boyfriend, like your daughter was abused and you're doing nothing about it. He was not a protector at all. I mean, no wonder Jeanette turned out the way she did. If you've seen the show, you know what I mean. Who needs enemies when you have a dad like this? And he had the nerve to say, touch my daughter again and we're gonna have a serious problem. Like, what? Next time? What about now? This guy busted your daughter's nose and bruised her face, and you're talking about a next time that's most likely never gonna happen, and you know this? That pissed me off more than anything. What a coward. Her mom was a real piece of work, too. I almost forgot about her because she disappears halfway through the show. She needed to be fleshed out more. Like, why was she an obsessed freak. Like, Jeanette is basically a mini me of her mom. Like, her mom was obsessed with Kate's mom, and now Jeanette is obsessed with Kate. Like, what was up with that? Really would have liked to know more of the background of the mom because of this. Like, where the heck did that stem from? Does being crazy get passed down generation after generation with all the women in this family? I also didn't care for the dad's relationship. I didn't like any of the scenes with his new girlfriend after his wife left him. Him and that woman were a waste of space and were basically filler. I did not care about either of them. Instead of showing these two, I would have liked to see more scenes with Jamie and Jeanette and how they became boyfriend and girlfriend. The actor playing Jamie is so freaking cute. Oh my god, I love looking at him. I love his voice. He's like so sensual and so. Ugh, he's so many things. He's like sex on legs. We need a sex scene or more romantic scenes with him in season 2. Like, I want a sex scene. I mentioned in another review I made of a movie that he's in, and I mentioned that he reminded me of a young Joaquin Phoenix, and he really does. Like, there are certain shots where he really does look like Joaquin Phoenix, and he is so damn cute. Kate has to be one of the most unsympathetic victims I've ever seen. Right away, I knew she was lying. I never warmed up to her character, despite knowing her family background. She was one of my least favorite people. I thought she was a bitch, and truth be told, a lot of things that happened to her were brought on by herself. The ending where it showed that she really did think that Jeanette saw her didn't make sense. Her anger didn't make sense. You were in the living room and you could have left at any point during that time, but she's still making it seem like Jeanette left her and could have helped her. It was like they didn't want Kate to come off as a complete asshole, and they were trying their hardest to make her actions understandable, and it didn't work, at least for me. It made me hate her even more. She had a relationship and slept with this creep on her own free will, and it was so gross. And before anyone says she was a minor and she was groomed, she was a willing participant. She was 17, which is the age of consent in Texas. So she knew what the hell she was doing. I was shocked that she would even find him attractive. I thought she was just looking for a father figure, but she slept with this creep. Mallory was another character that I despised, and she was really hard to look at. And they had the nerve to do like up close shots of her face, and it was very unnerving. She reminds me of girls I used to go to school with when I was a kid and I was friends with them, and they were very bossy and overbearing. The moment you said something they didn't like, they would freak the hell out. And the kiss in the last episode at the very end between Mallory and Kate was kind of thrown in there. I didn't get it. Where did that come from? Is Kate now into girls because of all the crap she's gone through? What type of message is that? The actress playing Jeanette, I knew she was telling the truth and Kate was lying, but at the same time, I always had a funny feeling about her. She had an evilness in her face. The actress just has a look about her where she looks like she's up to no good. Like she always has bad intentions. That was always in the back of my mind. Like there's just something about her. There's just something up with her. But I can't put my finger on it. I know she's innocent of this, but there was something seriously wrong with her. Like she's the type of person to smother someone with a pillow or push someone down some stairs. This chick has the face of someone evil, but she was playing the whole innocent act throughout the show, and it was like oil and water. So when the very end came along, I was like, yes, yes, I knew it! I freaking knew something was wrong with her. I knew there was something up with her. I freaking knew it. Oh my god. But overall, I really did like this show, despite some of the problems I had with it, like taking too long to get to the point. It definitely did not need to be 10 episodes, like I mentioned before, but if it was 10 episodes, they should release 2 episodes a week. Because 40 minutes a week drove me crazy, especially when I didn't get any new information from this episode except for a cliffhanger at the very end. That was kind of frustrating, but it was still really enjoyable. I will definitely check out season 2, although I am curious as to what more they could say, because the last episode ended on a high note, and how exactly are they going to find out that Jeanette heard her? Because she kept saying, I never saw you, but she heard her. Overall, I give this a 7.5 out of 10, and I really do recommend it if you like mature teen shows.